Hello, this is Tim Talks About Everything, and today I'm going to talk about cutting rocks with a tile saw. Now, my wife and I decided we were going to redo our kitchen, and we wanted to put in this nice subway tile in the kitchen, and I didn't want to pay somebody else to do it. And I said, you know, we're smart enough to do this ourselves. So we decided to get a tile saw, and so we went down to Lowe's, got the tile saw, took a class on how to lay tile. And it was like, okay, easy peasy. Well, it wasn't easy peasy, but it was okay. We didn't get a divorce, so it must have worked all right. And our kitchen looks great. But I had this tile saw now. And so what am I going to do with this? Well, I'm also interested in rocks and fossils, and I decided, you know, as long as I've got this tile saw, I might as well, every once in a while I find a rock, I think, wow, that's kind of cool. I wonder what it looks like inside. And so I decided, I'm going to use that tile saw and just cut it open. And really what you're doing is you're grinding it open. You're not really cutting because you're using a continuous blade. It doesn't have any teeth. So, I mean, you can actually touch the blade while it's spinning and it's not gonna hurt you. It basically grinds away at the rock. So I decided, yeah, I'm gonna just have a little fun with this. And so I find a rock once in a while that I wanna cut open, and I decide, okay, as long as I've got one that I wanna look at, then I might as well pick up a few others that would be worthy of cutting, and just out of curiosity, okay, see what they look like inside. So that's what today is. Today I want to cut open one particular rock. Now, it's one I found in Eagle Creek near Indianapolis. It's an interesting rock. I'm curious, but is it really worth it getting the tile saw out for just one rock? No, but as long as I'm at it, let's cut open a few more. And maybe they're all gonna be disappointments. I don't know, that's part of the fun of it. So I'm gonna set this up. We're gonna take a look. Come along if you want. So what am I gonna be cutting up today? Well, there's this piece of quartz here. I like that red staining there. I wanna cut that open. There's a little hole there. I wanna see what's inside of there. So I'm gonna cut that one up. This one is just an ugly little rock, but it has some interesting patterns in it. And I thought, okay, that red there, that could be just iron staining, but I'll cut it open and find out. This porphyry, I want to see what that's like on the inside. I saw a video not too long ago from Agate Dad, which I watch a lot of his stuff. And he had some interesting stuff that he found in porphyry, so I said, hey, I've got a lot of pieces of porphyry. I can sacrifice one to the saw. This one, I don't know if it's a geode. This side it looks like a geode. This side it looks like maybe granite with a little bit of geode crystals. So I'm just going to cut it open. It's like it can't make up its mind. I find a lot of rocks like this where they can't make up their mind whether they want to be a geode or whether they want to be granite or whether they want to be something else. So I'll cut this up and see what's inside. There's this little rock here. It's got a couple of interesting little vugs. There's crystals in there, so I'm going to cut that open and see what might be inside there. It's pretty ugly on the outside, and it's just a little one. This one, I think they call it a galaxy stone. So I found this, and it was attached to some waste concrete, and I broke it off of there. And then I'm looking at that and thinking, well, I'll cut that open. This concrete part here, I could remove that somehow, but I think I like the idea of cutting it open better just to see what I can find. And what I do is I don't polish a lot of rocks. I think it's a lot of time, and it's a lot of noise and a lot of electricity. And so I'll leave the polishing to other people. If I cut something open and I really like it, then I'll pay somebody 10 bucks, 20 bucks, whatever it requires, and have them polish it. And I think I'm gonna be money ahead. So then I've got this geode here. It's been in my garden for a while. I've got another one that's almost identical to it. It's just an ugly little geode. It doesn't look very nice at all. So I thought, well, I'm going to cut that open. Usually I will crack open a geode. So like, for example, this one here, my grandson and I went out and broke open literally about 100 geodes. And he has half of this, I have the other half. Some nice crystals inside, nice little pattern there. So that's usually what I do with a geode. But this one, this ugly one here, I'm gonna cut that up. Here's another one that I found it like this. And that's what you do sometimes. You find a geode that is already, due to natural causes, broken up. I really like the crystals inside this one. I just think it's kind of cool. And then here's another geode I found in a creek that same day that I was out with my grandson. And man, look at those crystals in there, those quartz crystals. I didn't break that open. I found it like that, just laying there. So I had to bring that home. And this is the one that I'm really curious about. Okay, it's got kind of an ugly creek stain here from algae. It's got this very nondescript husk here. But inside there's crystals. And there's several little cavities there, and I think, okay, I've got to see what's inside of this one. Maybe it'll be a big disappointment, but I will find out. I do wear a mask because you don't want to breathe in any of this stuff. I wear goggles. I also wear a hat. I wear clothes I don't care about whether they get ruined or not. Well, that's kind of cool. So far, I'd say they're all kind of cool. Let's try this porphyry. All right, this one's already cracked, so I imagine it's going to break apart when I start to saw it, and I will saw it right on the crack too. So I'll have to finish off the rest of that with a chisel, which won't be hard at all. There's just a little bit in there. But as I suspected, it is completely solid on the inside. We'll just see if there's anything interesting once we crack it open. All right, that last rock was too big. Did I learn my lesson? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that some other way. And we're gonna finally get down to the one I'm really curious about. This is the one I wanna. So I think what I'm gonna do is just cut it right down the middle there. For a hacker and an amateur like me, that's the hardest thing, is where am I going to cut it at? Probably experience is the best teacher on that kind of thing. Shall I build some suspense? Cut to commercial? All that good stuff? Is it gonna be a stud or a dud? Ooh, that's really cool. My oh my, what would you call that? Might have to get somebody to polish that. I don't know if I'd really call that an agate. All right. That's it for today. I think I like this quartz. I like that. That's really neat. This here is pretty cool too. I mean, you look at the outside. just doesn't look like much on the outside. That's pretty neat on the inside. This, okay, let's get a chisel. You know, it's just solid quartz, but I kind of like it. This is Tim Talks About Everything, and I'm signing off. It's getting kind of late, and I better wrap up this video. It's been fun, though, cutting up these rocks and taking a look at what they might be on the inside and getting some information about them. So take care, God bless, and find a lot of cool rocks.